himself as well. Give yourselves a cheer if you've ever heard of the comedian from the 1970s called Colin Crompton. There's a fair few in the audience. Back in April of 1974, he puts it brilliantly when he says, "Christmas is round the corner. You know Christmas is around the corner when they have Easter eggs in the shops. Give them a couple of days, there'll be drinks in them in tinsel." And if you really look at how he dressed, and I mean properly look at how he dressed, you'd swear he looked a bit like Slade frontman Noddy Holder, albeit a cheaper, can't-be-arsed version of Noddy. So if you don't know who I'm on about here, Google them during the break or when you go home, Colin Crompton and Noddy Holder, put the two images together, you'll see exactly what I'm on about. It is, however, December, and that means that one of Slade's big numbers, that being Merry Christmas Everybody, is being played everywhere. You go down the street or you walk into a shopping centre, I guarantee that you will hear it. And if you haven't heard it yet, where have you been since December 1973? Because you've had well over 50 years to get used to it. Santa gets mentioned in that, and like, anyone in the audience a dad? Yeah. So Santa gets mentioned in that, and like every dad in here, I can claim to being Santa as well. The thing here is that I actually have a theory on how Santa does his rounds in one night. My theory is that he was, at one point, a navigator on Lancaster bombers during a war. Now, it's perfect sense, largely due to the fact that he comes out at night, he goes from east to west, and that was the one thing that the navigator, that's one thing that the RAF Bomber Command did, they went out during the night. And how else is he going to navigate where he's going? Maybe the occasional flash of anti-aircraft fire from the ground. Oh, cheers for that journey, I know I'm flying over Dresden, and oh shit, Dresden's on fire. Santa is also, as we all know, he's accurate to within 1,000th of a millimetre. That is delivering presents, not bombing Germany, I'm like that. I will say this just before I leave, and one of the things I have noticed when it comes to that particular song, which is Merry Christmas Everybody, is part of the lyrics to it are, "Do the fairies keep him sober for a day?" Not as far as the Europeans are concerned, let me put that out to you. Because in Europe, what we do is we tend to leave out some form of alcoholic tipple for Santa. And in Germany, it's a small beer. In France, it's a sniffet of wine. In the United Kingdom, it is usually a sherry with a mince pie. Although in our house, it is Jack Daniels and a pizza. And here's the thing. When Santa does his rounds over Europe, by the time he finishes Europe, the next step is North America. Considering the amount of alcohol that he's consumed, he's about 4, maybe 5 times over the legal limit to actually fly that sleigh. So what did we do? Well, we ended up having an agreement with the Canadians and the Americans that the Canadians and the Americans would leave out milk and cookies for him, we would leave out alcohol for him, so we could get him absolutely blind drunk. The Canadians would leave out milk and cookies for him to sober him up on the flight home. But this was actually a very good reason that we did this, and it was to make sure that we could disguise the fact that Santa is a massive pisshead. We don't want that argument with his wife happening again like what happened in 1919, largely due to the fact that, unlike that argument, this set ended better than that argument.